All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Election Commission reviews preparations for upcoming Delhi Assembly polls. In Uttar Pradesh, security beefed up in view of Friday prayers today. Internet services blocked in several districts. Achieving peace in Jammu and Kashmir is top priority, says DGP Dilbag Singh. China says its military relationship with India is improving. And several parts of North India shiver as cold wave intensifies. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora, along with other two election commissioners, Ashok Lavasa and Sushil Chandra, reviewed the poll preparedness for Delhi Assembly elections at the Election Commission headquarters in New Delhi yesterday. During a meeting, the Chief Election Commissioner called upon the election officials to conduct a flawless election in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. The Commission directed all the DEOs and DCPs to ensure immediate assessment of vulnerable areas so as to prevent any intimidation. In Uttar Pradesh, security measures have been enhanced and police is organizing meetings of peace committees and driving awareness campaigns about Citizenship Amendment Act in view of the Friday prayers today. As a precautionary measure, internet services are blocked in many districts, including Aligarh, Agra, Mathura and Bulandshahr since last night. Meanwhile, a major step against rioters to recover the damages to public property during recent protests, the state police have issued notices to 498 persons for attachment of properties. Our correspondent reports special investigation teams are being formed to probe the cases filed in this regard.
Till date, 19 persons have lost their lives in the recent protests. The State DGP office informed that as per the Supreme Court guidelines in this regard, notices are being served for damaging public and private property. Notices have been served in 9 districts including Kanpur, Lucknow, Mau, Muzaffarnagar and Bulandshahr. In Sambhal, notices for recovery of around 11 lakh have been sent to 26 persons and in Rampur to 79 persons. Situation in the state is normal and there are no reports of any untoward incident. Police said a total of 327 FIRs have been filed till date and 1,113 persons have been arrested. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The Madhya Pradesh unit of the BJP will hold rallies and marches across the state from January 1st to create awareness about the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA. Former Chief Minister Shiver said in Bhopal yesterday that from 1st to 15th January, party workers will reach out to the people to dispel misunderstanding over the CAA, which Congress has created. Jammu and Kashmir DGP Dilbag Singh has said that police and all the security forces have only one mission of achieving peace in J&K. He said that continuous coordination and collective efforts are required for achieving the desired result for this purpose. The DGP was interacting with the officers and jawans of police, CRPF, SSB and ITBP at Ganderbal in Kashmir yesterday. He said that J&K police along with other security forces need to be more focused and determined so that long-lasting peace is achieved for the people. He said that J&K police is having excellent synergy with all the security forces on ground and this coordination has given good results. Jammu and Kashmir High Court has ordered the Union Territory government to frame a new jail manual for the territory and submit it within 6 weeks. The court said in case of failure, it would summon the J&K Home Secretary for explanation. All district hospitals of Jammu and Kashmir would have functional dialysis centers by July 2020. This was stated by Financial Commissioner, Health and Medical Education Department, Atal Dullu in Jammu. It was informed that dialysis centers have been established in 13 districts, including Rajouri, Kathua, Poonch, Kishtwar, Baramulla, Pulwama and Kupwara. 70 dialysis machines have been provided free of cost by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In Kargil, internet has been restored after 5 months. It was suspended keeping in view the law and order situation in Kargil, Ladakh after the reorganization of J&K state into 2 UTs. Home Minister Amit Shah will visit Himachal Pradesh capital Shimla today to mark the completion of 2 years of BJP-led government in the state. A massive rally has been organized to highlight the achievements and development work carried out by the state BJP government. More from our correspondent.
Elaborate security arrangements have been made in view of the Union Home Minister's visit. Braving the severe cold conditions, people across the state, including beneficiaries of various welfare schemes of the state government, have started arriving at historic Rij Maidan in Shimla to attend the rally. For public viewing, several LED screens have been installed at different locations in Shimla town and also in all the district headquarters of the state. BJP National Working President JP Nadda, Union Minister of State for Finance and Corporate Affairs Anurag Thakur, and Chief Minister Jairam Thakur, besides MP, legislators and other prominent leaders of the party, will also participate in the function. Sanjeev Sundaryal, AIR News, Shimla.
For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. China's Defense Ministry has said the military relationship between India and China is improving due to the efforts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping. Addressing the media in Beijing yesterday, Defense spokesperson Colonel Wu Qian said two countries maintain strategic dialogues and conduct practical cooperation. He said they have also strengthened their exchanges along their borders. Colonel Wu said China is willing to work with India to follow the guidance of Prime Minister Modi and President Xi for development of military-to-military relationship. Our Beijing correspondent reports that the two countries also held the 22nd round of the boundary talks in New Delhi last week. Both nations agreed to intensify efforts to achieve a fair, reasonable and mutually acceptable solution to the boundary issue. The centre has sent its team to Gujarat to tackle the invasion of locusts entering various districts of the state from Pakistan side and damaging crops. Union Minister of State for Agriculture, Purushottam Rupala, has said that the central government will provide all possible help to Gujarat. Talking to reporters in Vadodara yesterday, he said the centre has sent its team to Gujarat and the problem is expected to be solved in 6 to 7 days. Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, Jitendra Singh, has said that the International Centre for Entrepreneurship and Technology, iCreate, in Ahmedabad would be made a world-class institute. The institute is an autonomous centre for excellence of the Gujarat government set up to nurture budding entrepreneurs. Moving on now to our special segment, Year-Ender 2019. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment took a number of initiatives this year to fulfill its vision of building an inclusive society where people can lead productive, safe and dignified lives.
The Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Act 2019 came into force this year. The law benefits a large number of transgender persons, mitigates the stigma, discrimination and abuse against them, and brings them into the mainstream. National Action Plan for Drug Demand Reduction for 2018-25 has also been prepared and implemented, which aims at reduction of adverse consequences of drug abuse. Nearly 5 lakh people benefited under Assistance for Prevention of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse scheme. In May this year, Cabinet approved establishment of National Institute of Mental Health Rehabilitation at Sehor, Madhya Pradesh to promote mental health rehabilitation. Government also approved setting up of a Centre for Disability Sports at Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh with a view to provide contemporary training facilities for Divyang sports persons at par with leading countries in the world. With Anupam, this is Suparna Segya with a year-ender for AIR News, Delhi.
Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank launched the 5 documents developed by University Grants Commission UGC covering the 5 verticals of quality mandate in New Delhi yesterday. These 5 documents cover evaluation reforms, eco-friendly and sustainable university campuses, human values and professional ethics, faculty induction and academic research integrity. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman released a postage stamp yesterday to commemorate the distinguished service and glorious contribution by the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence (DRI) in protecting the nation. Ms. Sitharaman remarked that DRI continues to play an immense role in countering smuggling as well as in preserving the cultural heritage and environment of the country. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said the right kind of diet will help to reduce the disease burden in the country. Inaugurating the 2nd edition of Eat Right Mela in New Delhi yesterday, the minister said healthy eating should become a people's movement. Biting cold wave persisted in North India as the mercury continued its downward trend. Weather Office said the National Capital Region is likely to record its second coldest December since 1901 as temperatures are predicted to drop further. The minimum temperature in Delhi was recorded at 5.8 degrees Celsius, while maximum was 13.4 degrees Celsius, 7 notches below normal. Narnaul in Haryana was the coldest place with 2.5 degrees Celsius, while Hisar recorded a minimum of 3.3 degrees Celsius. The Met Office has predicted snowfall in middle and high hills of Himachal Pradesh on December 31st and January 1st. The Dras belt of Kargil district was the coldest place in the twin union territories of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, recording a minimum temperature of minus 30.2 degrees Celsius. A report.
The cold wave condition is unabated in entire Ladakh region. The construction activities are suspended now due to freezing temperature. People are preferring to stay indoor to avoid the frosty and penetrating cold weather. The day temperature continued to record 0 degrees Celsius in Leh town and in Daras, which is known as world's second coldest habitation. The day temperature reached at minus 13.2 degrees Celsius. With Ramesh Chandra, this is Yangchan Dolma for Air News from Leh Ladakh.
In Rajasthan, Fatehpur town in Sikar district recorded season's lowest night temperature at minus 3 degrees Celsius. More from our correspondent.
Shekhawati region and northern district of the state are most affected due to severe cold. Minimum temperature was recorded below 3 degrees Celsius at many places, including Fatehpur, Sikar, Pilani and Churu. People in Sriganganagar, Bikaner and Nagaur are also witnessing bone-chilling cold. Road traffic has been severely affected in many districts due to dense fog. The long-distance trains on the Delhi-Mumbai rail track are running late. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Bihar, classes have been suspended in government schools in many districts due to severe cold. Ladakh is celebrating Losar festival from today. The celebrations to mark the new year continue for 3 to 9 days in different parts of Ladakh. Ladakh Buddhist Association, in collaboration with the Union Territory Administration, is organizing a grand celebration in honor of the fulfillment of 70 years' demand for Ladakh to be declared a Union Territory. A report.
Houses are decorated with good luck signs for prosperous new year and bounty of crop. The models of sun, moon, sheep, goats, ibex and antelope are kept in kitchen shelves for good omen. To mark the beginning of new year, prayer flags will be hoisted at important religious places.
And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Anuja. Almost all the dailies have freezing Delhi as its top headline today. The Times of India writes, this December is said to be Delhi's second coldest in over 100 years. The paper adds, rain likely on New Year Eve. GST kitty rose 3.7% in first 8 months of year, states Hindustan Times. Any private or government medical college can now hire visiting faculty, writes the Tribune under the headline, private doctors can now teach at medical colleges. In the field of renewable energy, a headline in the Financial Express reads, India set to cross 100 gigawatt capacity mark in 2020. Efforts on to make it easier to start up, do business, states the Economic Times, to bring a boost for entrepreneurs. The outrage over Army Chief's remarks on civilian protests hogs the limelight in all the newspapers. Army Chief triggers row with remark on arson and violence, writes the Times of India. And finally, most of the dailies have figured a box photograph of the Prime Minister looking towards the sky to catch a glimpse of the decade's last ring of fire. With that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Sarabjit. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Election Commission reviews preparations for upcoming Delhi Assembly polls. In Uttar Pradesh, security beefed up in view of Friday prayers today. Internet services blocked in several districts. Achieving peace in Jammu and Kashmir is top priority, says DGP Dilbag Singh. China says its military relationship with India is improving. And several parts of North India shiver as cold wave intensifies. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.